My brothers, my sisters, good night to all of you. And of course, a special good night to the lady of the moment, Sister Emma Hippolyte. We are proud of you. As the Jamaicans say, that woman talawa. She talawa. She tough. She good. She delivers. I tell you, she committed. She talawa. Who said is your girl? Let me tell you, Emma belongs to all of us. And I know my girl in that. It's our girl, our lady. One of the strange things in this campaign is that the United Workers' Party has never presented to the people of St. Lucia a job plan, how to deal with unemployment in this country. Their polls, our polls, all say that the number one priority as far as St. Lucians are concerned is jobs, employment. But yet, you search, you hear the UWB, you hear them talk, they cannot tell you how they will solve the unemployment challenges that our country face. Why? The question is, if you reduce VAT, if you remove VAT, will you solve the unemployment problem? I don't know whether they're scared of talking about providing jobs, reducing unemployment because of their dismal record. You remember when the Labour Party was voted out of office in 2006, we had brought the unemployment down to 13.6% from a high of 22%. And already this year, we have taken it down from 24.5 to less than 20% in the last quarter of 2050. Pitet, yo prepare, qui mania yo kay tackle problem unemployment pay ya. Peace. Yo pan your record pour supporter. Maybe that's it. But we have given you living proof that we are the party with a plan to reduce unemployment. And there's evidence before you. Let me evidence now. In 2006, I just told you we reduced unemployment to 13.6. The lowest unemployment rate in St. Lucia, perhaps since independence. And in this term, les bagailles étaient tellement difficiles, compliquées. Nous menons indécents. Why is the UWP so afraid of telling you how you will benefit from a reduction in unemployment? How they plan to reduce it? Why they want to seduce you, to trap you, and talk about reducing VAT and removing VAT? You know what we have done? We have created NICE. Over 5,000 St. Lucians have benefited. We bring back steps for the poor people. 4 cycles of step every year. We brought to life a cruise ship trading program. Over 700 St. Lucians are employed in that program. And now, for the first time since 2006, investment is coming back to St. Lucia. And again, Gros is a constituency that is kick-starting investment in the country. Up at Kappa State, the Royalton, 700 St. Lucians are employed. Yes, there are foreigners there. And the only reason why there are foreigners there is because the technique they're using to build that hotel is so different. These are not skills we have yet. And the owners of the hotel are hoping and planning to build that hotel in record time to open up the hotel in late November this year. That's the only reason. Lower down, Harbor Club. Another 270 St. Lucians employed. Lower down, courts under construction. Over 120 St. Lucians employed. All over the country now, you're beginning to see the efforts to reduce unemployment by this government. Check out the CDP. Thousands of young St. Lucian contractors are employed in projects throughout the country. And the most important thing, your economy is now on the rebound. But how would the Labour Party continue to reduce unemployment? How are we going to keep our promise to bring unemployment down to less than 15% in this 5-year cycle? I'll tell you. I will tell you. You cannot reduce jobs, or you cannot reduce unemployment, create new jobs, unless you have investment. That's the key. That is the key. That is why this Labour government has invested so much by way of new policy to bring investment to this country. Investors don't like confusion. Investors like stability. Investors like predictability. The moment investors feel that they have an unstable government, a government that is mired in division, they will stay away. I'm not here to frighten you. That's not my mission. But understand that if you see investors smell a rat, if they smell that the government that is in place is not united, the ministers cannot agree with themselves that in the middle of that government they have corrupt politicians, they will think twice. They will think twice. And they know that they had one thing in this Labour Party: stability, commitment, sincerity, integrity, honor. No investor coming into this country can claim that any minister of the Labour Party was corrupt in the dealings with them. And so for us, the number one priority is investment. But should you have hope? Should you have hope? The answer is clear. Royalton, I told you, 700. And when that hotel is completed, another 700 St. Lucians will be employed. I don't have the figures for the Harbor Club, but that hotel is bound to employ another 250 workers. But look what is happening. For the first time in years, we are having a new hotel down in the south, in Sabusha, in Swaziland. 200 million US. The land has been bought by them. The agreement has been signed. The plans are in. But my point to you is that that is a sign of the investment of which I spoke earlier. But that is not just Sabusha. We are about to sign another agreement for another major hotel in the south this time. In Black Bay, the same lands that we had to buy to make sure St. Lucians are protected by ownership of their property. When the Flabbers destroyed the early investment, we are about to sign another agreement. Investment is returning. But we cannot rely solely on investment to give you the jobs. The government itself must have plans to push employment. What's the key? This time, the key is investment by the government itself. That is the key. And we believe that construction is a sector that will continue to provide the jobs. What are we going to do? I want you to sit back. Think. When I tell you we are the only government with a plan for jobs, sit back and think. And for us, it's not mere words. It has never been mere words, because we give you living proof. When I told you we're spending 100 billion on jobs, they laughed. All that bluff. Kenny, Kakwene Oko. Well, look at the proof. When you see this financial year ends, we would have spent $100,939,000 on jobs in NICE alone. We kept our promise. Judge us by our ability to keep our promises. But I want to tell you how we're going to create jobs in that construction sector. Why the government is key and must lead the way. Number one, your Gros Highway. We have signed the agreement. We are doing the consultancy. We are widening that highway. We are repairing and rehabilitating all the side roads in preparation. That alone is going to bring you $125 million in this country. Jobs for people. Yes, it takes time because we have to do the plans. Number two, you will see the biggest investment in public infrastructure under a new Labour Party. Number one, on the Millennium Highway, and we have acquired the lands, we will construct a halls of justice for the people of St. Lucia. And that must be not just an ordinary building, but a building that all St. Lucians must be proud of. Finally, we will give our courts a home. Finally, we will provide a headquarters for our courts. Number two, we finally will move to construct a new police headquarters for the police officers of St. Lucia. Yes, Emma has to build a police station here in the north. But we need a new headquarters. We need to modernize our force. We need new infrastructure. And we plan to use the area of Latok to build this new headquarters for the police force. Infrastructure project number 2. Number 3, we have under construction in Vieux South, just taking shape, an administrative complex costing $65 million, jobs for the people in the South. But the crowning project of a new Labour government is that new highway that we want to build from the north along the eastern coast of St. Lucia to Tenry in the east. You will look at me tonight, the cynical among you. You will say, another dream. But I remember when we said to you, we will give every child in this country a place in a secondary school, that never again must our children be denied entry, be denied a secondary education because there's no space in a secondary school. You doubted me. You doubted Mario Michel. But we did it! And today, St. Lucia can go to the world stage and boast universal secondary education. It was a dream then, and it was fulfilled. That highway is going to be key to the future development of St. Lucia. What it means is that it's going to open the area from Babono going way down to Denry. It will open a part of St. Lucia that has never attracted investment. It's pristine. Pristine, beautiful, picturesque, panoramic. But we need to bring development to this country because we have to find new space. A project of that magnitude will employ hundreds of St. Lucians. And again, you say bluff. Bluff, what he talking about? How we go pay for it? I'll tell you this. If you allow Shasta to do his foolishness, as Stevenson King said tonight, then you're not getting that highway for sure. Because this is how we plan to finance it. This is how we plan to finance it. The British government has said that St. Lucia will be granted £30 million, over 100 million EC dollars for infrastructure development, for money managed by the Caribbean Development Bank. This Labour Party intends to put that entire sum of money in the construction of that highway. And whatever money, additional money we need to do it, we will take it from the CIP, which I shall come to in a few minutes. And so, this is the second limb, the second plan, the most ambitious program of infrastructure development ever in this country. And I got to repeat what I said. Number one, a new judicial complex for this country. Then I said, a new police headquarters. But I did not tell you also that finally the artists of St. Lucia will be getting a home, because it is time that we give them their honor and their recognition. And in this term, you will see in the Shock area, on the hills looking down to Mega J, a national cultural complex to be constructed by the government of St. Lucia with the support of Taiwan. The plans have been drawn. We are now ready to proceed with the next stage. So that is the number 2 approach. Number 1, more investment. Number 2, a massive infrastructure program by the government. Number 3, continued investment in community and other infrastructure. And this is where the Ministry of Infrastructure comes in. We made a promise to you in the campaign in 2011 that we will restore the image and the face of St. Lucia. We promise you to restore the damage after Thomas. Look around you. Look around you. See the evidence. Your new bridge over by Rodney Bay. Your new bridge by Bois d'Orange. Your new bridge in Soufrière. Your new bridge, the Alba Bridge. The Alba Bridge in Denry North. Over 4 new bridges in the Soufrière area alone. And I don't have to tell you, in the heights even of Few Fort North, the balconies are gone on the battle lane. We change the face. And in the next few days, we start again with 2 new bridges. The Thomaso Bridge, at long last, will be replaced. The contract has been awarded. The Canaries Bridge, that too will be replaced. The Venus Road, and you heard sometime over the news that we have signed a new agreement with the European Development Fund to rehabilitate not only the Venus Road, but of course to rebuild the Piai Bridge. These are not idle boasts. These are not idle undertakings. These are all agreements that are in place. Contracts have been awarded, as I told you. And we will continue to pump money in community infrastructure. So there you have it. To reduce unemployment, create the jobs. Number 1, massive investment. I gave you examples. Number 2, the most ambitious public infrastructure investment program ever in this country. Number 3, continued rehabilitation through construction of the infrastructure of this country. And number 4, our young people. Something is happening in St. Lucia. It is for you to decide whether you destroy it, whether you discourage it, whether you prevent it. That something has to do with the young people of this country. In the last 4 years under Emma Hippolyte, expansion in business services, in East services that we have never seen before, because young St. Lucians are the new entrepreneurs in the services sector. He will introduce a sales tax. What is this sales tax? What is it? Because you have to remember that just they say that VAT is a good and efficient tax, No question about it. But his problem is the administration of that and what you call exempt and zero-rated goods. Ngaidia papa pour comprendre. A pays cette ici. L'année 70 marchandises, item grocery ou ka acheter un pays ça là. Ou pas qu'à payer des sous-VAT à souille. Ça là pour protéger les gens pauvres. No VAT. No VAT on it. Chastain dit quoi? Il pas aimé ça faire zero rated item ça là. Puis c'est 3K pour manager. So what he plans is to introduce a sales tax. And the same way you don't like to see VAT on your bill is the same way you will see the sales tax that he wants to impose. But what is more sinister, and you all don't know that man, you know. You all don't know that man. Despite the warnings, you don't know that man. That man has the guts to say that the people who are the problem in St. Lucia are the people who are the oppressed. When he talks to the people who are oppressed, what he means are the fellows in the ghettos, are the young people who have an alternative lifestyle, the poor people of this country, the people we have to support with home care. That is what it means. And when he plans to introduce his sales tax, all of those items, the flour, the milk, the sugar, the rice, the macaroni, all of these will now be taxed with his sales tax. All of these. As you would say, for some, mem bet, mem puel. But you may feel he's doing you a favor, because as soon as you remove that, you must find a $346 million. And the only way you can conceivably get it when you have all that debt is to raise it by taxation. That is the only way. Just know, cop one. Lawa edu saikadula. Ipakadu ini pou mete asudou. Mania pou jwen. 346 million dollars pays sa la kay ped. You pa kay do sa, they wouldn't tell you that. They will tell you 5 to stay alive. But as Ezekiel says, 5 to die dead. Where Ezekiel already are dying. Ezekiel already are dying. Quand même, n'a oublié non il a même. But you will notice that there is no connection between any reduction or removal of VAT or the imposition of a sales tax with relieving your number one problem, creating jobs. That's my message to you. Because you see, the only government you can trust with reducing unemployment in this country is the St. Lucia Labour Party, because we have the record, we have the proof, we have the evidence. I know deep in my heart we can speak that way because we have had the experience. We understand these things. There is nothing that is more destructive to a country than to have a government of division. You watch the theater with Spider-Man Tooth and Stephenson King. I don't know to this day what manner of man is Stephenson King. I am beginning to understand that just the same way that Wycliffe Jean jumped over Stephenson King is the same way he has no guts, no honor, no dignity, that he allows Alan Shastey to buy him with such ease. He knows and he understands that he is going back into the bowels of the United Workers' Party. But he has differences with them. You heard him. You heard him in a telephone conversation or in a conversation. The ad was played to you. Stephenson King was on the platform when Alan Shastey made his announcement about VAT. Stephenson King was all over the place lamenting that Alan Shastey never consulted him when he was the one who championed, fashioned, and prepared to implement VAT in this country. Stand up for this country and know that what he's doing is to participate with Alan Shastey to commit a political fraud on this country. Am I exaggerating again? I speak of a political fraud. What do I mean? I mean, when I use the term political fraud, that you're deceiving people who you're asking to vote for you by making promises you know that ultimately will destroy the very country that they live in. You want me to give you two examples? Because we have to learn from among us what is happening in our region. We have to learn. I'll give you two. And I'm going to ask the police for another 5 minutes or so because I know that midnight hour is coming. Two. In Jamaica, a few weeks ago, the then opposition, now the government, the JLP, they went to the people. They said, we are giving Jamaicans a 10-point plan. Number one, we are going to reduce income tax by 1.5 million. Once you earn 1.5 million Jamaican dollars, you will not pay income tax. Now let me tell you, you hear 1.5 million, but there ain't no money. Because you see, $1 US is equivalent to 120 Jamaican dollars. So divide your 1.5 million by $120 in Jamaica. That's the real value. The PNP warned the people of Jamaica. They told them that plan is going to put Jamaica in trouble. We are the party with a plan to reduce unemployment. We are the only one. Flabo Pepale as to topic seller. Number two, reducing that, removing that will not create more jobs in this country. It cannot. Because the only way you can create jobs is by new investment. That's my point to you tonight. If you want a secure future, if you want jobs, more jobs, if you want to reduce unemployment, if you want to see more investment, then you must, and you can only trust the St. Lucia Labour Party. But there's something about this United Workers' Party. There is something. I know you're tempting me to say That's a party of rogues. I'm not going there. I'm not going there, Tricky. Not tonight, Tricky. But one of the things about this UWP is the way it has taken on the character of their leader, Alan Shastney. I never see a party that is so barefaced that could steal ideas like that with such impunity without even acknowledging where they get the ideas from. Yeah, I think so. And again, you'll ask me for an example. Shastney goes, mentions that they'll give the people of St. Lucia an amnesty on the health bill, Saki Dwese Lopitala, Yoke Bayo and Shas, who will always a bill, Salah. But my goodness, when the Labour Party got in office, in its first budget, that's what it did. Where is the novelty? None at all. And if you want me to give you an example how they steal ideas, we are the ones who started on this platform. We told them, Yope. As soon as they heard the term Yope on the Labour Party platform, so they run and print stickers. I suspect they did that because, you know, Shastney back up on Creole. You know, problem with Creole. Maybe they wanted to tell Shastney to ensure that he understood that it's not pears like the fruit in the trees. Well, we're leaving them with Yope. Now tonight, I tell them Yope. I'll tell you this. I will not dwell long on it. You were treated to a poll done by a fellow called Wickham. When they asked Wickham who paid for the poll, he refused to answer. Everybody knows that the poll was paid for by the United Workers' Party. Everybody knows that. I am in this business long enough to know who paid for polls. But in all my life, I have never seen a pollster come to people, tell them that a party is ahead, and he says that the Labour Party is ahead, but he cannot tell you which party will win which seats. You ever hear a man do a poll and don't tell you which seats each party will have? Huh? You ever hear that happen? What you do is to say that this party is likely to get so many seats, the other party is likely to get so many seats, but the following seats are undecided because they're close. That's what a professional pollster does. That's what he does. What are they frightened about? Why they couldn't be playing as they like? But I'll tell you, you see, in this day and age, no political party ever goes into elections without doing their own polls. None. If you vote your salt, it is always good to get an opinion by a pollster. The Labour Party is never in the business, except perhaps once it happened. Once it happened. But we are not in the business of discussing polls. Any poll that comes, we take it seriously. But I want to give you some important comfort tonight. We prepared well for this election. And I want you to tell you tonight that the questions that the Barbadian pollster, These days we have an invasion of Barbadians in St. Lucia involved in this election. One invasion of Barbadians. And Wickham is one of them. And I merely want to say that our own polls make it clear that this Labour Party come June the 6th will be the selected government of the people of St. Lucia. Make no mistake about it. No mistake about it. No mistake. And that is why tonight I end on the note that they may go, having stolen our message, your pen. They may go with your pen. But tonight I tell them, your pen. Thank you. Good night and God bless you.